the day. This is the day. We will rejoice. This is the day. We will rejoice. Don't just say it, be it. This is the day. This is how it goes. I'm going to say this is the day. I'm going to say this is the day. You're going to say that the Lord has made. I'm going to say let us rejoice. You're going to say and be glad in it. Right? I need to get out of lines again. This is the day. We're going to work on it. We're going to get it. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Thank you. Great. One of my bodyguards. Okay. Amen. That brother always speaks to me. Always has a kind word.
Hallelujah.
And can cook some mean buffalo fish, y'all. But I forgot, good to see you. So again, I'm here on assignment this morning. And hopefully somebody here besides me is here to hear a word. I'm not sure what it is you're dealing with, going through, what it is you just got out of or on your way to. But I believe that God has a word. My assignment this morning comes from the book of Acts. So I'd like to ask that you return to the book of Acts. The 26th chapter. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts. Romans, you're going to say. Acts, the 26th chapter. I'm going to jump around. I'm going to start at the first verse, then I'm going to go down to the 22nd verse. I'll read through the 28th. Acts 26th chapter. If you can do so with reasonable comfort, I should like to ask that you would stand as we reference the reading of the Bible. Reads as follows. Then Agrippa said to Paul, you are permitted to speak for yourself. So Paul stretched out his hand and answered for himself. Then we're going to go down to the 22nd verse. Having therefore obtained help of God, I continue unto this day, witnessing both to small and great, saying none other things than those which the prophets and Moses did say should come. That Christ should suffer, and that he should be the first that should rise from the dead, and should show light unto the people and to the Gentiles. And as he, Paul, thus spake for himself, Festus said with a loud voice, Paul, you are beside thyself. Much learning doth make thee mad. You have read so much stuff, you done went crazy. But he, Paul, said, I'm not crazy, most noble Festus, but speak forth the words of truth and soberness. For the king knoweth of these things, before whom also I speak freely. For I am persuaded that none of these things are hidden from him. For this thing was not done in a corner. Nobody was hiding when this was done. King Agrippa, believest thou the prophets? I know that you believe. Then Agrippa said unto Paul, almost thou persuaded me to be a Christian. King Agrippa, believest thou the prophets? I I know you believe. And the king looked at Paul and said, almost you persuaded me to be a Christian. This morning I'm going to preach from the topic, almost.
All right.
You almost do something. Somebody almost didn't come to church this morning. Right? I would tell y'all show your hands, but y'all hurt my feelings. Some of y'all, my mama got her face covered. Some of y'all almost didn't come to church this morning. Right? Somebody almost did. Something almost happened yesterday that y'all don't want us to know about. Something almost didn't. A couple of people here are almost married. A couple of folks married, almost ain't. Almost in any dictionary can be a difficult word. See, almost keeps company with expressions like if only, not quite, a little less than. For you southern folks, nearby. Nearby. They nearby. I don't know if any of you all know the name Tim McKee. Tim McKee was a 3-time Olympic silver medalist swimmer. Tim McKee lost the 400-meter race in the 1972 Olympics by 2,000th of a second. He almost won a gold medal. Y'all know some almost folks. She almost got there. We almost worked it out. He almost made it. She almost got the job. He almost survived. All of us have some almost stories. And some of them aren't all bad. My mother-in-law almost didn't take radiation and chemo. But she took it. And now the doctor says she's cancer-free. All almost stories aren't bad. There's a song I love. I'm not going to try to sing it because I can't. But it says, I almost let go. I felt like I just couldn't take life anymore. My problems had me bound. Depression weighed me down. But God held me close. So I wouldn't let go. Some of us almost gave up. We were right on the edge of a breakthrough and couldn't see it. The devil really has. But Jesus came and grabbed us. And he held us close so he wouldn't let go. All almost stories aren't bad. Many of us have heard of D.L. Moody Institute. In 1871, October 8th, D.L. Moody, by his own account, made a horrible mistake. He had been preaching in the city of Chicago. And that particular night, he drew his largest audience yet. His message was, what will you do then with Jesus, who is called the Christ? What will you do then with Jesus, who is called the Christ? By the end of the service, D.L. Moody was tired. So he didn't do an altar call. He concluded his message once again, and he presented the true gospel with the concluding statement. Now I give you a week to think that over. And when we come together again, you will have an opportunity to respond. He didn't do an altar call. He said, I'm going to give you a week to think about the gospel that just went forth. Okay. And when we come together again, you'll have an opportunity to respond. And the soloist began to sing. Some of you may not remember October 8, 1871. But before she hit the final note, alarm sirens began wailing through the streets, and the great Chicago fire was raging. And hundreds of those folks that D.L. Moody gave a week to decide if they wanted to accept Christ died. They almost got saved. They almost accepted Christ into their lives. When I read that story, I thought about the scripture in front of us. And I began to wonder how many people will be here this morning who almost accept Christ. I began to wonder how many folks will be here who almost are Christians. You all have heard me say this before. I would hate to almost make it to heaven. Right? Can you imagine living life and you almost fall in love? Can you imagine living life and somebody almost loves you back? Can you imagine living life and somebody almost cares about you? Can you imagine dying only to find out you almost didn't go to hell? Can you imagine going to hell and the devil saying, man, I didn't expect to see you. As if hell wouldn't be bad enough. That'd be a bummer in hell, wouldn't it? The devil said, what you doing here? And you're like, I don't know. I almost made it. Sometimes we listen to the choir. Y'all know I have a habit coming up and I get to keep singing. And I do that because I see people that are almost there. Now, I remember a couple of weeks back I preached, and I can't remember who it was, and if I could, I wouldn't tell you. But they came into it and said, Reverend, you almost got it. Now, I want to tell you something. I don't care how eloquent a preacher is. I don't care how deep his vocabulary is. I don't even care how good he or she looks. It ain't about how eloquent they are. It's not about how proper their English is. It's not about their articulation. It's about Christ. Christ lived, he died bearing our sins, and he rose. That's what it's about. And if a preacher isn't preaching that, you might almost make it to heaven. You might almost be a Christian. And wouldn't that be terrible? You almost a Christian. I couldn't imagine when we woke up tomorrow and me and Danielle was almost married. What? 10 plus years? Only to find out we were almost?
Yeah.
I better never find out Landy was almost my baby. Because I'm going to show enough go to hell. I know, I might go to hell for hell. Help me, Lord. I don't know where that is. when you go back and read the story, I really want you to get into it because it really breaks down three individuals that you need to look at. And unfortunately, there are people who represent all three of these individuals. The first individual that it represents is this guy, Festus. And see, he represents those who are alienated from Christ. As you read the story, as Paul is presenting his testimony, and he's talking about all the things that he's gone through and all the things in his life. He talks about the Damascus road and everything that God has done for him. And Festus is the one that interrupts him and says, man, you're crazy. He has alienated himself from the gospel. It's kind of like I used to get these weird phone calls a couple of years ago. And so I went in and I blocked. You know, on your phone you can block a caller, right? You can do that, I think, on Facebook and on what's the other, Twitter, and you can block these, right? And I began to wonder, as I'm looking at Festus, I was like, what happened? What triggered him to block the gospel? And I believe there's some people in life who have blocked the gospel. They've gone in to whatever social media mechanism they use, to whatever mental mechanism they use, and they have blocked the gospel. And those are those folks, it doesn't matter what you say. See, that's not an almost Christian. That's a show enough not going to make it. See, there's some show enough folks and some almost folks. Right? There's some show enough folks that's going to hell. Don't look around, look straight ahead. Y'all know some folks that's going to hell, we know it. Right? And I know I ain't supposed to say it, I'm a preacher. You can keep praying if you want to, they going. They made up their mind, they going to hell. So you can waste all that. And I know somebody's going to go talk about me later and say, the pastor said they wasted prayer. Yeah, you are. They've made up their mind. Festus has alienated himself to the point when he hears about Christ, he's telling Paul, man, you're crazy. You're crazy. Remember, I think it was last Sunday, I talked about those now what folks. And those folks you just need to leave alone. Festus had got to that point where you just got to leave alone. You just got to cut him off and leave him alone. And there are some folks, hopefully not in this audience, that fall into the Festus category. Right? You know, there are some folks who come to some churches, not Truelight, maybe. I don't care how good the choir sings. They didn't sound good. I don't care what text the pastor preached for. He always preached from John. I don't care what the pastor preached. Pastor was weak today. I don't care what goes on in service. You're not going to move them. They have alienated, they have blocked. They no longer have the ability to receive the word of God. And I got news for you, you can't unblock them. Right? If somebody blocks me, I can't go into their device and unblock me. And so I've learned, I'm just moving on. Right? You ever trying to tell somebody something, trying to help somebody? And they looking at you like, man, why don't you shut up and get out of my face? You know what I do? I shut up. I get out their face. I keep it moving. Right? Look, folks, I'm sorry. I am. But everybody ain't going. Everybody ain't going to make it. And I'm not going to give up heaven trying to keep you out of heaven. Yeah, I said, I'm not going to give up heaven trying to keep you out of hell. So there may be, yeah, some of y'all just got that. There may be So Festus, but there's three people to look at. There's Paul. There's Festus, who's alienated everybody. There's Paul. He represents those who are all together for Jesus. Paul is all in. See, I need to be around some all in folks. I need to be around some showed up, don't make it folks. Paul, from the time he got knocked off that horse, was all in. All in. Right? That means it didn't take no more convincing. And I don't care where you are in your life. When you go back and read the story of Paul, Paul persecuted Christians. He had them put to death. He witnessed them dying. Yet Jesus saved him. Now, I want you to imagine yourself at your worst point in life. At your absolute worst point in life. I want you to think about that. And then think about where you are right now. And if you don't believe it, had it not been for the Lord, when you was in your lowest point, no matter what it is that you was going through, when you almost gave up, God held you close. And as much as you struggle, God wouldn't let go. And so when you've been at your lowest point and God reached, I know y'all say reach, God reached and grab hold of you and pull you up out of whatever it is that you were in. From that moment on, Paul was all in. See, I need some all in folks. You know, I said a week or so ago, I remember some football games, and I would look around the locker room and I'd be like, oh, we in trouble. Because I had some folks who wasn't all in. Festus told Paul, man, you crazy. And there are a lot of folks, as soon as somebody starts talking negative, we want to give up. Paul told Festus, I'm not crazy. Oftentimes folks will tell you, man, why are you talking that nonsense? What's your God ever done for you? And they'll start pointing out, don't miss this, they'll start pointing out the negative aspects of your life. They'll start talking about what's wrong in your life. You ain't married, you're divorced, you're widowed, you were diagnosed with cancer. This happened, and that happened, and this happened, and that happened. But you know how you know you're talking to somebody that's all in? Because while somebody's telling you that, they get a smile on their face. And they start walking back and forth. And you start wondering, what are you smiling about? You know what? Yeah, I'm single, but God got me. Yeah, I got divorced, but God got me. Yeah, I'm a widow, but God got me. Yeah, I had cancer, but Christ had cancer. God has got me. Yeah, folks start telling you what's wrong with you, and you start smiling in their face, and they gonna say, oh my God, you're crazy. That's because they don't know what you know, what God has done. See, I need some all-in folks. I need some balls in my life. I need some folks that when they start talking about me, I can just smile. Yeah. And not only that, if y'all with me, y'all start smiling. Don't let them talk about your preacher. I don't care. Tell them talk about him. That's our preacher. Talk about him all you want. Y'all preacher think he cool. No, he don't think it, baby. Folks want to talk about it. Folks want to put us down. Let them put us down. Look him in the face and say, you know what, no, I ain't mad. I'm not crazy. Well, what's wrong with you? I'm just saying. y'all to get this. Because see, I need some all-in folks. You're going to have some down days. Yes, you are. You're going to have some issues, and you're going to have some problems. But you're going to make it through it. And you ain't going to almost sin. You're going to sin. You ain't going to almost lie. You're going to lie. And it's okay. Just don't stay there. Now, don't twist what I just said. But somebody gonna say, Rev said it's okay to sin, it's okay to lie. Look here, don't map out your sin and your lies. Don't put a plan together. Pastor said it's all right, so you know what? I'm gonna do this sin and that sin, okay? Don't be in a situation where you almost don't die in the midst of that sin. But you're going to have some down days, and it's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. See, these folks talk about this, and it's okay. We get into the Bible, and folks start talking about the crown they want to wear, the Jews they want to have in their crown when they get to heaven. Look, folks, I'm going to be real honest with you. You can put a block of wood on my head if I'm in heaven. I just want to get to heaven. I don't get caught up in all of that. Because that to me is segregation. I've had enough of that down here. I ain't concerned about jewels in your crown. Just get to heaven. You know, the only almost I want somebody didn't put on me is, man, he almost went to heaven. Come on now. Y'all missed that. Y'all missed that. Grandma almost went to hell. Because if you're saying I almost went to hell, that means I went to hell. Right? Yeah, you know what? I almost went to hell. I was almost lost. I almost didn't get saved. I almost didn't go to church. I almost didn't accept Christ. Every time you say it almost in that way, that means I did get saved. I did go to church. I did accept Christ. Almost. I need some all in for. I need some. I don't know, I'm all off my notes. I need some. See, I'm going to tell you what I like about Paul. Now, I like people. I do. But see, Paul was hard. Paul was hard when he was tormenting Christians. And Paul was just as hard when he became a Christian. See, we got this mindset, this mentality. And our young men need to hear this, and our kids need to hear this. Because you're a Christian don't mean you got to be a punk. See, I'm looking for some Christian men. Right? You get it twisted if you want to. Well, you know, Rev say, okay. Somebody better say you what I'm going to put on you. Because we have this misconception that because you go to church, and our young boys need to hear this. Our young men need to hear this. Because you go to church, that don't make you soft. Iron sharpens iron. Because you go to church, that equips you and makes you able to deal with whatever it is that life is in your way. You get caught up. That's why I like Paul. Paul was a beast. Paul was beaten. Left for dead, he was stoned. Paul. And he went through it all. And he never ever forsook Christ. Never. So you have your Festus, who's alienated. He's done with it. You have your Pauls, who are all in. And I don't want to end this on a sad note, but then you have a group. And something that Paul says to him that really got me. He said, I know you believe.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes. He said, I know you believe. I got a message for you. I don't know if you know this tonight.
Oh, yes.
The devil knows that Christ saved. Y'all missed that. The devil knows that Christ saved.
Oh, yes.
Agrippa the king knew. He knew it. How many of y'all know but still haven't accepted? And that's the problem. There are folks who come to church Sunday after Sunday and they know. And I'm going to tell you something, young folk. You reach a certain age, you better stop living on mama's grace. You better stop going to church on daddy's mercy. At some point in your life, you got to make a decision. Because mama decided to follow Christ, because daddy decided to follow Christ, and all you did was follow mom and daddy to church, but you never made the decision to follow Christ. You almost. You almost made it. You almost made it. I listen to folks lie. Every time there's a funeral, somebody lies. They come up and they say, Rem, you move. I'm going to be in church. I'm going to get my life. You're messed up right there. How you going to get your life right? Every time there's a body stretched out here, somebody, I know before the eulogy's over, somebody is going to lie. Somebody's going to tell me they're ready to give their life to Christ. Because mama did. Because daddy did. And I hate to tell you, but if mom and dad were showing up saved, the closer you're going to get to them is that hole in the ground next to them. Because this is about you. And I hate for some young folks to grow up in this church and almost be saved. I don't understand why we struggle with it. You know, in the text it talks about this word, persuade. Persuade means to convince. You know, I thought about some people. Pharaoh was almost persuaded by Moses to let those folks go. But then he decided at the last minute, no, I'm going to follow them, I'm going to chase them. What happened to Pharaoh? Drowned in the Red Sea. Lot's wife was almost persuaded to not look back. But she decided she had to look back just one more time. Sometimes we get away from something. We get away from sin, we get away from something that will sure enough kill us. And when that close, and we decide we just got to look back. Lot's wife, they got away from the fire and the brimstone. And she decided, I just got to look back. There's some people who are in some relationships who finally were getting out of it. And all they had to do was keep walking. And they decided to look back one more time.
Oh, yeah. Let on.
It's just something about it. I just can't let it go. I just need one more time. It's just something about it. I can't leave her alone. I just need one more again. And it cost them their lives.
Oh, yeah.
Out of the house. Away from the abusive relationship. He said, and I'm going to tell you something. Folks start talking about I love you to death. Stand right here for a minute. I can't live without you. If I can't have you, I'm going to tell you now. Whenever they find me, however they find me, wherever they find me. If it's a no, lock her up. Because I ain't checking out on purpose, y'all. You find a no, lock her up. I'll get insurance money to the church. The 5 foolish virgins were almost persuaded to turn their backs. The rich young ruler was almost persuaded to follow Christ. Judas was almost
Almost.
persuaded. Pilate confessed that when Jesus was before him, he found no fault.
No fault.
Almost persuaded. I know that there are some Festus folks. Some folks that no matter what you do, you're not going to convince them. I get that. I'm happy because there's some Pauls. They're all in.
Said I.
But none hurts a preacher more than some Agrippas. Because I know you believe. And there are folks who will stand up when service is over in this house. You know, this house where there's peace.
Said I.
This house where there's love. This house where there's joy. This house where there's healing. This house where there's safety. This house where there's rest.
Oh, yeah.
This house where there's deliverance. There are folks who will stand up in this house and walk out almost saved. And my fear is that those folks that walk out come Saturday may be laid out. And they almost, nothing should bother a preacher more than to not allow God to use them in such a way that people are changed.
Oh, yeah.
When you come to church, and I don't care how long you've been coming in, you ought to leave changed. Something should happen in your life where you are
Said
changed.
I.
So do me a favor. Whether you're changed or not, don't come to me and say, Pastor, you almost. Don't. That's not a compliment. Either I showed up, because I'm going to tell you, and I'm starting to say this more and more, every Sunday I have an assignment. Today my assignment was to preach from Acts, the 26th chapter, the first verse, and the 22nd through the 28th verse. My job was to deliver a message.
Said I.
And I'm only concerned about God saying to me, well done. See, I didn't come and almost preach. I came to preach. Now, you almost received it, or you did receive it. And I hope you received it. But don't leave out of here almost saved. That's like being almost black. You either is or you ain't. I don't almost want to do anything. I want to do it. I don't almost ever want to preach. I don't want to almost preach. I don't want to almost give you something that's going to get you through tomorrow. I don't want God to almost use. Can you imagine if God said, you know what? I almost chose you. Can you imagine if you got to heaven? Whatever that looks like, whatever those gates are. And right when you get there, and you're just about to step in, you almost made it. Gates closed. Can you imagine? Almost. You're that close. Right? You know, there's a thing in sports, and I'd rather lose by 20 than lose by 1. I'd rather lose by 20 than lose by 1. I don't think there's any greater heartbreak than to be that close. And And I think about Paul. Paul said, King Agrippa, believest thou the prophets? Yes. I know you believe. Truelight, believest thou the preachers? I know you believe. King Agrippa, don't be like the king. King said, Paul, there's some people right now in their mind saying, preacher, almost thou persuaded me. Don't do that. Don't do it. If God is pulling on your heart, let him in. If something's going on in your life and you're trying to pull away, let him hold you close. If God is speaking to you, allow him to speak. Listen to what it is that God is saying. I don't care what your title is, what your prestige is. If God is calling you, listen to that call. Accept Christ. He is your Lord and he is your Savior. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your situation is. Don't leave out of this house as an almost. Because if you do, you can end up being shown up. Didn't make it. I almost let go. I felt like I just couldn't take life anymore. My problems had me bound. Depression weighed me down. But God held me close, so I wouldn't let go. God's mercy kept me, so I wouldn't let go. Let's get ready for communion. Tomorrow's not promised. I'm not going to tell you that I'll see you next week and let's talk. Tell you right now, if God is pulling at your heart, if you have not accepted Christ as your Lord and Savior, don't walk out of here saying, I almost did. I almost got saved. I almost gave my life to Christ. Walk out of here saying, I did it. I'm all in. I gave myself to the Lord. Aloud. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. God has spoken. Let the church say amen. One more time. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. God has spoken. Let the church say amen. Lord, we believe. Lord, we know. And therefore we accept. Lord, if anyone should leave this house, not having accepted you as their Lord and Savior, have them to know that there's no such thing as an almost Christian. As we prepare to leave this place, forever keep us in your mercy and keep us in your grace. Let the church say amen.
Let the church say amen. Let the church